Hello. Go ahead.
Welcome to PoliTarology, hosted by the Cool Crone. Today we're joined by Shari H. Voices from the Swamp. We have Val of Dragonfly Crystals and Overachiever Next Level Channeling. We have Cleo the Seer, who is still not at 200 subscribers. We'll go over there and like and subscribe. 200 subscribers, we'll start to see some content. I'm Tara Stash, the weird sidekick. I will stop talking now.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, that's so great. Thank you. It feels so good to be back, everybody. I'm very, very happy.
Yes.
My goodness. I mean, I did do a show with Linda G, and I did do Cleo, and I did a show with Val, and we did do politics and PoliTarology. But I felt like they were kind of just warming us back up into the groove, So this one is, we got everybody here, and now we're ready to go.
We're ready to party.
Right? We are ready to party.
And a lot of stuff has happened since that.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God.
Jesus, a lot of stuff has happened just since this morning.
Yeah. I was just going to say, little Jimmy Jordan has changed his mind not once, but twice today. So, he's, my goodness, I guess he did not have his Wheaties this morning because he's just like, I don't know.
Did he still fail another vote?
He had a third vote, I believe he failed. And then he said, I am not going to run again. But by this afternoon's news, he was running again. And I think, now somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Let me turn on the comments so I can see what's going on there. I think that Mr. McHenry, the little guy who's with the big
He's
gavel.
the pro tem speaker right now.
Yes. So I think he said he doesn't want it. Is that right?
He said no. Yeah, he turned it down to be an interim to last a little longer until they can get their shit together and get a speaker. And of course, they want to blame the Democrats. It's all the Democrats' fault. Well, the Democrats don't have control of the House. They've got their guy. He's got more votes than anyone else you put up there.
Yeah.
because he doesn't hit that magic number, he's not it. So if they're not careful, he's going to hit that number by accident.
Yeah.
He doesn't have far to go.
No, only like 2 or 3 votes. And
yeah, I mean, he's really close. Well, so
can we just mention our President Biden, what a terrific job he is doing right now, and all, you know, the people he's connecting with, the whole world is watching him, and he is just doing a fabulous job. So
yes,
absolutely. And over there I love that, over there in harm's way to deal with this face to face. I mean,
give me a high five, Gerald.
He's got
There you go.
There you go.
Oh my God.
But
I can't believe we both had him. That's great.
the right way.
President Biden is doing a very good job.
Yes, he is.
Yes,
I wanted to go back over my astrology videos and see if I had said something about that, because the last time he made a great speech, and Shari, thank you very much for your comments on my post. He made some, this outstanding speech, and you could see it in the astrology that this was going to be a moment for America. And I do think it was a moment. I do think
absolutely
it was a fulcrum that I think now we're kind of coming on the other side. Not that it's going to be over, because remember how long it took us to get here, right? Mm-hmm. But I do think it's a fulcrum, because I do feel that madness of the MAGA beginning to ebb. You can feel it's just starting to slide away, drain away, and more people are beginning to say things that make sense.
Yeah. And you said something about Biden months ago about how he was going to just shine, basically.
Yeah.
And I don't remember when you thought that was going to happen, but as soon as I saw what he was doing in the Mideast and stuff, I thought, this is it. This is what you were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anytime I do an astrology thing where I compare like the moon to his chart or whatever, lately, since June, those moons have just been hitting great things for him. Even though some of his planetary stuff is not that good, the lunations are really highlighting great things for him. And I'm guessing that last year, 2022, there were a couple of eclipses. I should go back over my videos. There's a couple of eclipses that were particularly bad for Trump and particularly good for Biden. And I think Biden's kind of riding the cycle of that eclipse into 2024. Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
Well, that's why I love the show that you and Andre did together the other day.
Thank you.
Because y'all were able to, between the two of you and what you had gotten from your charts, and some people he had done, some people you had done, and y'all were able to kind of flip back and forth. And it brought a lot of it into focus as far as from an astrological point of view.
Oh, good.
I mean, I'm just kind of starting to learn that stuff because astrology never made any sense to me at all because mathematics doesn't make sense to me at all.
Yeah.
But my brain just isn't wired for that. Go figure. But it, it's like, that's why I like Andre so much, is because when he talks about it, he doesn't talk so far over your head that you don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Right.
So, so in
just
other
like
words,
when you explain it, it's in terms that somebody that knows nothing about it can get it.
basically what you're saying, Shari, is people should like, share, and subscribe from
That's right.
Yes.
phone so that they're in the know about all of this stuff.
Very important.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Even Lily has given her bark of approval. Thank you,
Nice.
Lily. And she's got 4 paws. I think she subscribed twice.
That's okay. How many different personalities do you have on YouTube? I mean, I only have one personality.
No. That's not true. That is not true. I probably have as many personalities as I have pairs of glasses, at least. At least. Yeah. So, wow. Well, so everybody take a little turn and tell us what's going on with your channels. Not for the last 3 months, but just, just right now and in the future. Gerald, let's start with you. Yeah.
On Sunday, I have a laugh and learn about light language, and that's part 3. And that's with JJ of Tuta Speaks and Karen from Starseed Awakening 1111. And then I'm doing readings on my channel on Monday. I'm doing Tarot the Stash Way, 2 of those this week. One where we're talking about the tarot language.
Oh.
You have to tune in for that one. And then we are talking about deck interviews.
Oh.
And on Tuesday, I have a live where I'm talking to Julie Kusha-Watts and Patrick from The Living Wheel. And I'm asking them, why should people learn astrology? So, Shari,
I'll be watching.
And,
is it during the day? If I'm at work, I'll be watching after the fact. So.
No, it's at your 6 p.m., your central, right?
Yes.
Basically,
I'm usually running in the door like 10 minutes till. So
subscribe to my channel. I have things set up to where my upcoming lives are at the first thing on the landing.
I am subscribed to your channel.
So,
and I'm
telling you all of the best chatters.
That's right.
Oh my God.
And am I doing too many shows, Colleen?
Well, I had thought about starting a GoFundMe for you so that we could get you an ergonomic camera. That will stop you from getting damaged in your brain and allow you to just look perky and happy all the time.
I now that I know I need to do that.
Well, and I'm not saying that you don't look perky and happy in your shows. I'm just saying you do so many damn shows. I'm just thinking, okay, how does he eat? How does he sleep? Does he change that shirt? I'm not sure.
Did he change his underwear this week? I mean,
Jerry, of course not. What are you thinking?
Underwear? Who's wearing underwear these days? Come on.
Oh,
we're not in pandemic times. Who wore pants?
Yeah, I don't have anything on from here down. What are you?
I don't exist from here down. I float around.
God help us if he has to stand up for something.
Oh,
we're gonna get
Good. We don't want a fire drill.
Well, he has those tiny hands to put in the strategic places. So,
tiny hands make everything look bigger. Remember that.
when Mr. T, it really gets down on his luck, we should all chip in and buy him a pair of tiny hands to go with his tiny hands.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wonder if he makes his staff use tiny hands just so that his hands look bigger.
Staff.
Whoever they are. All right, great. Well, thank you, Gerald. Shari, what's going on with your channel?
Well, I'm doing this tonight, and tomorrow we have a big event at work where I'll be feeding hundreds of people. I don't know. I'm trying to block it out. I don't want to think about it. And Saturday, I'm finally getting, Helen, Irish Granny Tarot, is coming on. She's coming back on, but she's finally agreed to do a live stream. She's never done a live stream before. Only a couple of times. She does recorded shows. And so every time we've done shows together, we've done a recorded show. And when I contacted her this go round, she was like, let's do a live stream. And I'm like, yeah, let's.
Wow, that's great.
So I'm like, cool. And then Sunday is Juno Day. Sunday is Juno and I do a show together every other Sunday. And that's always a lot of fun. I really enjoy her company. And let's see. Other than that, same old stuff coming up. I got my big Halloween party on the 28th. Mel, the Aloha Shirt Psychic, and I are hosting Halloween in the Swamp. And Colleen will be there, and Gerald will be there, and Val will be there, and Cleo would have been there, but she never responded to the email. And so missed out.
You're muted, Cleo.
Wow.
Wow.
And who else is going to be there? Marina's going to be there, and Mark Spirit Whisperer is going to be there, and Jean, Sun Psychic Jean, and she's going to be there with us. So it ought to be exciting, and I'm looking forward to it. Then it was Mel's idea. Well, Mel and Linda G, and then Linda G had to bail because she had something else she had to do that day. So Mel and I were just like, well, hell, we'll just do it ourselves.
So, Shari, when is this, and what is it, and what did I miss?
My Halloween party, which is the night before Colleen's Halloween party, in costume.
28th, right?
On the 28th. So you're welcome to pop in and come hang with us.
And you sent me an email about it?
I sent you a couple.
Okay, I got to relook at that. By the way, for anybody that wonders how I'm dealing with the email, I hate Gmail. I just hate it. It's the worst email program I've ever worked with. So yes. I'm sorry if I missed that. I'll go through things again. And,
I'll resend
if you're having a party, I want to be there.
Well,
we'll squeeze you in. Don't worry.
Did you know that when Microsoft is changing their are you using Gmail in a browser where you just click on Gmail?
Yeah.
Well, Windows, do you ever use the Windows app for your mail? Where you connect your Gmail account?
Up until a week ago, I always used the Windows app.
So they're changing that to be from the regular Windows app to be Outlook. Did you see that little
note? No, they've been talking about that forever, and they implied that it's Outlook instead of, but it's still Hotmail to me.
Yeah,
the address is the same.
Yeah. Well, I think if it does go more towards Outlook, I think people might understand it better because everybody uses that for
we all have Outlook for work. I mean,
yeah.
I have Outlook on my computer. That's my work email address. So when I click on Outlook, that's what pops up. But it would be nice to have it back again for my Gmail.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gerald. What do you need?
I was just going to say, Shari,
yes.
Not to make you feel a certain way, but Cleo always ignores my emails.
What?
So I'm not alone in this.
Okay, so anytime I get an email from you people, I'm supposed to respond and say yay.
ASAP. You're supposed to respond right away.
No. I'm just teasing you. Cleo, what do you have coming up? And what are you doing? Because I know we're still trying to get you to 200 subscribers.
Okay.
So
Well,
if you haven't subscribed to Cleo, go and subscribe.
so on Monday, I've got the Mystic Four with
Yay.
Gerald, Bell, and Allison. And on Thursday, I'm not sure, but I think I have the Golden Girls with Sherry
Yep.
and Bell.
Mhm.
Okay. And
You do.
and then after that, I'm looking forward to the big Halloween party on the 29th. However, now I know that I'm going to be busy also on the 28th with Sherry's party.
Yes.
Just
You have
sleep in
2
your
nights in a row
costume.
You have to go
Just
in
sleep in
costume.
the costume. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to do the costume with both shows.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, brother. Okay.
Just sleep in it. You know, that's the
Yeah, don't even take it off.
I've got the same costume. On my show, I'm just going to be a vampire. And on Colleen's show, I'm going to
Don't
be
give it
Mickey.
away.
So
Don't give it away. People need to
everybody
see.
knows what my costume is. I've already showed off parts of it. So
Oh, okay.
I want to show you guys my costume for the Halloween party. It's really good.
Oh, okay.
is that not the best picture in the world?
So is this the OnlyFans live?
I don't know what it is. Sherry did the promo graphic for her. I gotta take this down. It just makes me laugh. She did a promo graphic with everybody's faces, and they all looked like avatars. And I looked at mine, and I was like, Jesus, I look like a damn movie star. How did you do that? I did not recognize myself at first. And she said, oh, it's a little program. I'll show you some of the ones that I played around with. And I got them and I was like, holy crap, look at that.
Man.
Yeah. So
Well, you can plug in any picture and you can, it has like 5 or 6 different options, and you can choose hair color and hair length, and you can choose different kind of postures if you want something that's more like Victorian or older, or something that's hot and sexy, or something that's just Halloween looking.
I'm gonna put this up on LinkedIn and see if I can get a new job.
There you go.
Hey, if you're not careful, you might end up working for 45.
Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah, for real, right?
Help us. Well,
That'd be yeah.
I could be a spy. I could be giving intel and stealing Russian secrets,
Yeah, you
There
could.
you go.
Yeah. So Cleo, what's going on with your channel?
What, my channel?
Yeah. Or
What
you,
channel?
what,
What channel?
you know.
What, the only thing that's going on, my agent, Gerald, has been helping me get subscribers. And,
My agent.
I've been working on different things. And I actually did, I said on the last show I was on that I did try to do some videos, and they all came out blurry and goofy and crazy. And so I switched to Chrome instead of Edge.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm on right now. Hopefully it all looks better. And I haven't had a chance to get back to do more test videos is what they are. And but I'm working on it, and I decided not to get weird about it anymore. I was just stressing about it, and now I'm like, yeah, it'll happen when it happens. Which should be soon.
She does have 163 subscribers.
That is amazing.
I saw that today. Very good.
So,
Very good.
and
How the hell did that happen?
we'll probably do something, is like 10 more, and I'll take my shirt off or something. I don't know. Then of course you'll drop like 50 subscribers. Sorry, I won't do that. Okay. Sorry, move on. I've had coffee.
Okay. All right. So tell us about all the 150 channels that you have, please.
Actually, I did just do 2 new channelings on Next Level Channeling you could go watch. But tomorrow on Dragonfly Next Level Channeling. But on Dragonfly Crystals tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time, Arthur of Ease Your Mind, he and I will be doing readings for everyone in the chat. And also on Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, talking to spirit or speaking with spirit, to spirit. Allie's Heart and Soul Connected has that. And then Monday, the Mystic 4 at 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Very
So
You're going to have a ball with Arthur. He is a cut up. Every time I've done a show with him, I sit and laugh so hard I nearly wet my
yes,
britches.
I have to be prepared to have my cheeks get sore from laughing too hard.
Where it depends.
That's hilarious.
absolutely.
Yeah,
He seems like a real sweetie.
he is a sweetie.
And he's going to be on our Halloween show. So that's
Yeah.
nice. So
Nice.
now, when we first got all of the responses for the Halloween show, I thought, geez, there's so few people here. We could just have everybody on screen for as long as they want.
Yeah.
But then a few more things trickled in, so we're not going to be able to do that. But yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. What else do I have going on?
So, wait a minute. Are we ever going to talk about politics, or are we just going to talk about what's going on?
We're going to get to politics in a minute. There's
Yeah,
another.
That's right, Cleo. When you have your own show, this is what you can do. But you have 166 subscribers now.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. Oh,
Wow.
that's great.
So four
Well,
more.
thank
we
you
get
for
to 100.
whoever went and signed up.
Wow.
Thank
Okay.
you, guys.
You know I love you, Cleo.
So before the Halloween show, though, I do have Gerald and I are doing a show about Samhain on Friday, the 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, Shari's Halloween party with Mel is on that Saturday, and our Halloween party is on the 29th. But I just wanted to plug a little bit of the show on Samhain because some of you may not know, but Samhain is what they stole Halloween from. Well, one of the holidays that they stole Halloween from. So it will be a very interesting show because we will talk about all of the stuff that, we'll try to talk about all the stuff that went into creating Samhain. And that's that word that when you look at it, you think it's pronounced Samhain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way TV and movies always pronounce it incorrectly as Samhain. It's not, it's pronounced Samhain. It's an old Celtic word.
Samhain? See, I've been saying it wrong all these years. I had no
Possibly
idea.
it's Gaelic. I don't know, but
No, those are hard to pronounce. They're never.
they are. The letters don't make sense to us. So
They
you just
don't.
have to look at the phonetic thing that they put and then you'll get it.
Just
Well,
like
I got a new
watch
deck
the
I'm going to do a card flip on, and I look at it, and it's like I don't even know how to begin to say any of the names because it's all of the ruins.
Oh.
Oh,
And
now that's Norse. Yeah, those are a little
And it's like
different. Yeah.
I look at the letters and I think I know they don't sound like the way it's spelled.
Well, here's a good trick, Shari. You can figure out how to pronounce any kind of foreign-looking word. Just pretend that you're Daenerys from Game of Thrones and just say it the way she would. That works.
I have to give that
That's
a
what
try.
I do. Just channel Daenerys and then, and it works. It just works fine. Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay. So on that note, I think we should get into some politics. So let me get my sexy picture out of here and let me go to, where is my thing for politics? I know I opened that.
So do you think that the Republicans might actually come up with a different person than Jordan to be speaker?
I do. I really do. I really do. I think that's what our first reading should be about. Is there somebody other than Jordan?
Yeah.
Or I guess put another way, does Jordan have a chance in hell of becoming speaker? All right, here we go, ladies and germs. We are actually starting to do readings. Only nearly 25 minutes in. Now, did somebody ask about this? No. Okay, good. All right.
He doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell of becoming speaker, according to my cards.
Not surprised.
The Joe Biden card, the nightmare card, the grief, going away in grief. Sorry. So sorry.
Yeah.
It's not going to be working out for him anytime soon. So I asked if he will ever be speaker, and it's a no.
No.
It's a no.
I also get some bad cards for him. You know, and his thing, I loved that the thing about the bullying came out in public
Yeah.
almost in real time. And I'm like, yeah, that's the way they should do it, because he's trying to bully people into those things. The final card I got for him, without just re-saying everything that, you know, because Val already put the pin in it, but the last card that I got for him was the High Priestess. And take a look in the deck that I'm using. Take a look at this woman's face. Tell me who you think she looks like.
Oh gosh. That looks like Diane Feinstein to me. I mean, does that
A young Diane Feinstein, Tanya Chutkin.
Oh, the judge.
Yep, sure
Yeah,
enough.
she does. She really
That
does.
could be a doppelganger for her.
Oh,
Right? I
Yeah.
knew when I saw the High Priestess in this deck, I was like, is that like Queen Elizabeth when she's young? Or is that, you know, it was somebody. I knew it was somebody, but I think it's a dead ringer for
It is now that you mention it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think that somehow Jimmy Jim, because he's tied up with Trump,
Yeah.
no bueno, senor, not going to happen.
No.
All right, who else?
I can go. Go ahead, Joy.
Sherry. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, after consulting my crystals, I discovered that Jimmy Jim acts more like a drunken sailor the further along we go, and he's going nowhere but down the hole.
Yeah.
He doesn't stand a chance. I look at him and all I can do is think, really? That's the best y'all can offer is him?
Yeah.
I mean, technically he shouldn't even be in his seat right now because he was a very active part of the insurrection.
Yes.
Much less be given a higher position.
Yeah. Agreed. Yep. Totally.
And the Speaker of the House is third in line if something happened to the president and vice president.
Yeah.
Think about it. Wouldn't that be the biggest nightmare of all?
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't even want to think about it. I just
That's a nightmare. You don't want to go down that road.
Yeah.
Not at all. See, you got anything? Did you already say something, Cleo? Oh,
No,
Gerald.
I'm in for Gerald.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gerald. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. There is a distant possibility of this happening because when mom and dad argue, nobody's paying attention to what's going on behind them. I have the High Priestess and the Emperor.
Mhm.
So if they are not paying attention, and I have the Fool and the Chariot. And what's interesting, the Fool and the Chariot are facing in different directions, which mirrors the ideas. Is if they're not fucking paying attention, lightning could strike and awful things could happen.
Yes, awful things.
So,
yeah, I just think like the way that the ETs and galactics are keeping an eye on our nuclear playtime. I just think that they might see Jim Jordan as Speaker of the House as one of those nuclear occasions and kind of prevent it, because if he's in there, he's not going to certify an election for Biden.
Nope.
No, that's the big.
No, it's not good.
No, bueno.
No.
Not good at all.
Somebody over in chat asked about Jeffries, and in my mind, Jeffries keeps popping up, and it might be my own ego in the way a little bit, because that would just be the perfect solution. Would be Jeffries. I just think he could be a very good nonpartisan Speaker of the House, and I think he could work well with both sides. But the Republicans are so hung up on we got the power, and that they would never want to give it over to a Democrat. So you know, and if what's his name, Jim Jordan, doesn't get it, and if the guy that's sitting in right now doesn't want it, and that the other people that have come up that said no, they don't want it either, who is left? Who are they going to get?
Well, there's several hundred members of the House. So,
yeah, but who wants to be speaker?
Yeah.
well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's a couple hundred, Republicans in there and 175 of them we've never heard of. We just hear about the, momos that are all involved with J6 or the Freedom Caucus or,
Like to make a
Boebert,
little noise.
Boebert's last date. I mean, we just hear about those people, but there's a lot of other Republicans that aren't those people that some of them have got to be normal, I would think. Well, okay, that was silly. Of course,
I would hope. But
never mind.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
Yeah.
Well, let's put it this way. We just had our governor's election this past Saturday in Louisiana. We had the poorest turnout for a vote in decades, multiple decades. It was so bad, the amount of people that showed up to vote, it was criminal. And who won? The front runner on the GOP side, who was our attorney general for the state, who was one of the first attorney generals to sign on to the Stop the Steal and has had his nose up T's butt for so long, it's not even funny. Pure sycophant, and he is now going to be our new governor.
Ugh.
So we've got him for 6 years to deal with.
Oh, God.
And it's like, granted, the governor we had for the last 4 years, I mean, last 8 years, we've had the same governor. He was a Democratic governor. He was a very conservative, very strict Catholic Democratic governor, but he brought a lot of really good things into the state and was opening us up for some really great new renewable energy. Businesses are in the process of moving in and breaking ground and really positive stuff.
Yeah.
All I can see now is how fast is it going to take the new guy to demolish everything it took 8 years for the Democratic governor to get done while fighting GOP controlled House and Senate for the state and the federal.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
how close was that race, Sherry? How was it? Did this guy win by a landslide?
He won by a landslide.
Wow.
The amount of people he won by was pretty close to the amount of people that didn't show up to vote.
how disheartening.
It is disgusting. And what's even more irritating is that our state Democratic Party, while gave a little lip here and there for the guy that was running and was very popular for the Democratic ticket, he would have been our first Black governor in this state. And he's very good and very qualified. But they just didn't give up any money. They didn't get behind him. They didn't push. They didn't pay for ads or anything. You couldn't turn on the TV or the radio locally for 3 months going into this election without being hit with a Landry ad, which is the guy that won. It was just pure media saturation.
Well,
morning, noon, and night.
in 24, hopefully because the Democrats are really starting to gear up now to, put out Biden's good achievements and all of that stuff. So hopefully at least that will start a groundswell also in Louisiana so that they can around.
It was just very disheartening to see. It really was. Because nobody likes this guy.
Yeah.
That's what's so weird. It's like nobody admits to voting for him and nobody likes him.
Well, if
Putin
likes
showed up, now you got to deal with him. So
if Putin likes you, that's all that matters. Okay.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
Rose Blue had several really great questions, and this one I think deserves a read. Will a majority of defendants in Georgia flip now that Powell has and the rest stand alone and the cheese stands alone? I get it. Okay. So let's do that one.
I get a tentative yes, and I think it's already happening. They'll flip because they're trying to protect themselves. They don't want to be drug into it any further than they already have been, and they don't want to get in trouble for lying. So, yeah, I think they are going to. I think a majority are going to flip.
Mm-hmm. Val, are you ready?
Yeah, I think they are going to flip. And I felt like many of them had already flipped. We just didn't know about it.
Yeah.
This is icing on the cake. And those who were holdouts will definitely be thinking long and hard about what they're going to face if they have to testify or they have to get on the stand. What's going to come out of their mouths? They're guilty as crap. So, I mean, they really have to. I believe they are all going to pretty much flip. They've got to make some deal to save themselves because it's felony time. It is long prison sentence time. So there's a lot at stake.
Yeah. What about you, Gerald?
I think the short answer is more yes than no, because they're figuring out how can they get out of something worse. It's like what Val was saying. There's because I have the 6 of Pentacles with my indicator, and the 6 of Pentacles is about sharing, reciprocity. What are you going to give me? What can I give you? And yeah, that they're already worried. They've already started. They've already started having the conversations about how to do this with minimal negative impact on themselves.
Mm-hmm. Shari, what do you got?
Well, I kind of worded my question a little bit differently about just how the prosecution is going to do with this, with all of these defendants, because yeah, I fully believe they're going to start flipping like pancakes. The first card I drew was the Empress. So, birthing some new stuff there because they're going to be giving it up, followed by the Stars. So this is, to me, the prosecution saying, now we got you. Now we're cooking. Followed with the 6 of Wands, which is success.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really getting really strongly that, yeah, they're gonna flip, and they're not only just gonna flip, but they're gonna sew it up in such a way that he's not gonna be able to walk away from it.
Yeah. I got similar things, and I also got the Empress, but what I'm feeling is you may be right, Val and Cleo, that a lot of people already have flipped or just not hearing about it, and they're working out the deals because those deals are very, very delicate. But I've been listening a lot to like Gerald Kirshner and those kind of guys, and this is a real typical pattern that the first one out the gate that flips gets the best deal. And everybody after gets a little bit more diluted, diluted. But here's the thing that I'm getting for these people is that they still are so diluted with Trump juice. They are so worried about that moment when they have to testify, not just about him. I mean, they're just going to be shaking and blithering idiots when they have to testify against him. But even just the other people of the group, to have to testify against them is just really giving them the willies. And the only thing that's pushing them towards the flip is prison time.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, some of them are even thinking, I'd rather go to prison than flip on Trump.
Probably.
And so, that itty bitty courtroom that Judge McAfee is in is still going to be somewhat crowded. But you got to understand, even if 6 people don't flip, it would be those 6 people plus all their attorneys trying to crowd into that room. So it's still going to be a crowded courtroom, but I think the majority will flip. And I think those suckers are still hanging on to the idea that they dare not say anything against their fearless leader. They will in the end. I mean, their attorneys are going to start holding lighters under their hands, come on, you got to do it. My law career is on the line.
And all it's going to take is a couple of them actually going to jail and being able to tell the others what they're experiencing.
Mhm.
They go to jail, they're going to be scrambling to try to make a deal after the fact to get me out of jail.
I think a lot of these people, though, Shari, are almost 1%ers. They're not quite 1%ers, but they're definitely 10%ers. And I think for a lot of them, just the idea of having meals with people who aren't white shoe law firm people just gives them the willies, let alone what would happen in a cell.
Yeah.
But just the food and the bathroom and I think just the thought of that stuff,
The bugs, the sheets.
they're breaking out in hives.
They are trying desperately to hold on to what they can of what they call their dignity.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So,
I think they're going to flip, but there's a lot of them that are going to be like, no, please.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and didn't they do something with this court date thing? And there's two guys that are going to go in on
Really?
a whole group.
Yeah.
Say what?
I thought they were going to break it up even more, but it still sounds like they're going to have a ton of people in one courtroom, one trial, and then these two guys, they're going to be in a trial. So,
well, Sidney Powell was one of those two.
Yeah.
Powell and Chesbrough were the two who were supposed to go up on Monday, I believe.
Mhm.
And now Sidney Powell isn't going. I don't think they have a hard date for Georgia, do they? I don't know. I've been in the woods for 2 months, so I don't know. You tell me.
I thought it was March.
March? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they have some time to flip, but you know what? First one in gets the best deal, so they got to start flipping.
Yep.
Yeah.
They got to start flipping. Good question, Rose Blue. Thank you.
And after a point, the prosecutors will just look at it and say, I got nothing for you. You're stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody's got to give new information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one thing, staying on the Trump train, I want to know, now they gave a gag order to Trump from my favorite girl, Tanya, right? She gave a gag order. And I think, and Goron also gave some modified gag order, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Question, will Tanya Chutkin move up the trial or throw him in jail when he breaks it? Because she's a woman, so he's going to break her.
She's threatening both.
Yeah.
Which one will she do?
Yeah, she's not putting up with this nonsense. And you know, Trump's doing everything he can to still say what he wants to say, but act like it isn't threatening to the witnesses, or it is, you know. And she's been very specific about, you don't go after the court, you don't go after the witnesses, and he's trying to still get away with it, and you know, screaming, oh no, they're trying to censor me, and freedom of speech, blah blah blah. So no, I don't know. She's not going to put up with nonsense. She's going to, if he continues to do what he's doing, she is going to up the date. But either way, that one date that's coming up in, I think it's the one in March. I think there's like a whole bunch of dates in March where there's all these different court dates going on.
There's two cases that it hasn't been decided. They are both tentatively scheduled for March 4th. There's another case for him March 23rd. So I'll let you guys read on it, and I'm going to look up my chart of Trump's cases. So that
it's the March 4th one. Very interesting.
They're looking at the Grim Reaper.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I got, yes, she will move the trial up. And the reason she will do that is because it's the devil, because they are not expecting her to do that. She's going to do it because it's the hidden thing. And because for those of us who, you know, have any sense, you never piss a female off. I mean, you don't.
You don't.
because you get the Tower, you get the Five of Swords, all sorts of stuff is going to rain down. And there are rules, there are regulations that are set into place with the Hierophant. And when you break those, you have to pay.
That's right.
So there you go.
Right.
I thought I had this on my
Two
desktop.
of Pentacles. They got choices to make.
There it is.
Well, I pretty much see the same thing. Well, I got the Magician.
Mm.
But I also got, here's this is him talking. I see that as him talking, but he's going to be out in the cold. This is her coming in with a decree. There's the project of putting him down in some way. Here's the Temperance card next to that, which shows that is indeed what she was trying to do. And at the bottom, she's creating. Here's the love relationship that she's got with him. But further, here's the blood on the hands. The forest for the tree. She's got to take some action. She's got to put light on it. She can't just say it and not do something. This is the spotlight, the crystal on all of this stuff. It cannot stand. She has to take action.
And I think she definitely will. I think she has absolutely no qualms about this. If she, she's not looking at it like, oh, let's worry about whether he's a candidate for president.
No, she's not. She can't. No, she can't.
She's got to lay down the law.
Yeah.
So the proposed date by Jack Smith for that case was January 2nd. I love that date.
Okay, good. Is it astrologically good? Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's the day after Mercury goes direct. So that means his whole preparation will be messed up. It will anyway. I mean, we know this is the facts. And, Jack Smith has already been ready for this. So he doesn't have to do extra stuff. He's already, like Fonnie Willis, he's already ready. So that would be good. Or possibly in February. There's no other cases in February. Because E. Jean Carroll's on the 15th of January, but I think that's still a civil case.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is civil.
They could move it up to tomorrow and Jack is ready.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jack's ready.
Yeah.
Basically, whatever date the judge wants to throw at him, because every time they pull some shenanigans over there with Trump and all his people, they up the date on them and say, okay, well, let's do this a week earlier. Let's do this 2 weeks earlier. It's like, keep it up.
I mean, they could, they don't have anything going on November, December. They could, they could start it up in November.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
All a possibility. All right. Yep. So let's see what else we have here. Oh, this is interesting. This is also, I think, from Rose Blue. Will Judge Engoron in New York City cut the trial short? Enough evidence for a ruling? I'm not sure. Maybe you guys know what's going on with that. Maybe you could explain it to me.
Yeah, which case is this?
Well, if it's New York City, it has to be the.
Where's Engoron?
Is it the Stormy Daniels things, or is it the Trump property, or what?
Got to be but I thought the Trump property thing was over.
It's the fraud case.
Oh, the fraud. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think it's the Letitia James case.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me find here. I have the wrong. I think I have the wrong.
Oh, and he can't stand.
I had Mark John. I think that's the wrong judge. I think it's Engoron. So I'm sorry, Sherry. I cut you off.
No, I was just saying that. I don't remember.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
It wasn't important. I mean, it was just something flipped that came out of my mouth before I thought about it. And now I can't remember it.
They're just going for damages now, right? They already know that he's guilty for all that stuff. So that has already happened. But there is enough evidence for a ruling. It's just what what do they
Well,
do?
and it's got to do with
manage
$250 million.
And it may be a
No.
lot more than that. If they have a forensic accountant go in there and look at what did he borrow fraudulently, what did he gain fraudulently in his taxes from these lies?
That's exactly what they're looking at.
What
Right.
did you have to have probably a pair of several forensic accountants that
Yeah.
go in there and they extrapolate, well, if it had gone this way, it would be this much money.
Right.
I mean, he could be looking at billions of dollars
Because
of stuff.
yeah, basically he defrauded banks based on false information and got all this money. Then the IRS is also saying, well, he owes us all the taxes on all this money that, there's a whole cycle of stuff that's going to come out with that.
And this is also the one where he's not allowed to do business in New York.
Right. Yeah.
And so they might seize all his property.
None of them can do business in New York now.
Well,
Yeah,
the
kids
they got to stay. They got to stay. So, or they're waiting for the decision on the stay. So they can't do it until that decision is made. But the judge that's making the decision wants to wait to see what Judge Engoron comes up with in the case. So it's kind of complicated how it's going. But I mean, at the moment, they're just halted. They really can't do much. And they have a monitor, a retired judge who has been monitoring them for, I think, 2 years now, telling them, no, that's not petty cash. That's, a receivable. You can't do anything with that, whatever. So
it'd be a real shame if all his properties got seized.
That would be more punishment to him than doing time behind bars.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone, that was that was Cleo the Seer. Go over and like and subscribe to her channel. My goodness.
Well, I think it's quite possible that whatever happens, whether it's a short, cuts the trial and does a ruling or not, it's looking mighty fine for the outcome for the court's success. Their focus is on making money, getting the money back.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's next to that?
Yeah.
The devil. And so here is it Letitia James?
Yes.
Coming in, and she's going to use her magician. Wham, bang. At the end of the day, there is going to be some balance, but there's justice.
But don't you think, too, that this is kind of prescient and just kind of foreshadowing most of the cases against Trump?
Absolutely.
Because all these prosecutors have been just working their ass off to make it so tight. I mean,
It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true.
And the better that each prosecutor individually is, the more it ups the game for the other prosecutors to be able to sit back and go, I can't rest on my laurels on this.
Right.
And when they brought Jack Smith in, that's when the rest of the prosecutors were all like, oh, holy shit. They just called in the big guns. We gotta make sure we're on our P's and Q's.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They're just those, Jack Smith has done just by him being there. He's just worked wonders for this whole thing. Think of how encouraging it is now to be Letitia James or Fonnie Willis and know that those cases are not mine. They're supporting mine. That's
absolutely.
That's great.
He's got their back, kind of like the presence of that is like a power wave of energy out over all the prosecutors and all the people that do that kind of work. Instead of feeling unsupported and a lone voice in all of it, they're feeling really good, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I'm visualizing yellow tape all around the Trump Tower and up and over the roof.
Cleo, I can see that. I see that. I can picture it too. And I've seen in my mind's eye, I see it being seized. The whole thing. Yeah. whole
the,
thing.
the few visions I've had on the Trump Tower is implosion coming down. In my vision, it's the whole building coming down. I don't know if that's going to actually happen, but I mean, whoever takes it, they very well could say, you know what? There's just too much bad juju with this building. Let's bring this sucker down and be done
There's
with
not
it.
enough sage.
There's only one question. Will Bedminster Golf Course be involved in the whole Trump property stuff?
Let's read
You
on.
know how he just loves that place. He's got a lot of stolen, for entertainment purposes only, stolen properties and things there. He's hiding for entertainment purposes.
Well, the
only.
question is,
Well, and now people,
is Bedminster owned by the Trump org out of New York,
Yeah.
or is it its own organization?
That's true.
Because if it's owned by the organization out of New York, it doesn't matter if it's in New Jersey or not, it will be seized.
Let's look at that. And I think I heard, and I could be wrong, that they scrambled around to pull these assets out of different places and put them different places. So
And
that
they got stopped.
Did they get stopped? Oh, good.
Yeah, because they were trying to do. That was around a few months. They tried to set up first they tried to set up a new charity. They got stopped with that. Then they tried to funnel assets into a new Trump org too. They got stopped with that. And then they tried to shuffle around properties.
That's it. That's what I figured they would try and do. So let's see if
all the properties could possibly be seized. Mar-a-Lago could be seized.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got
to. There are now rumors going around saying that the reason Ivana's casket was so heavy because he's got gold bars stashed in there.
Yeah.
And that's really come out since they found the Democratic senator with gold bars in his house. The one that they just finished busting for.
Okay, so is the question is will the golf course will be seized?
Yeah, will Bedminster be seized?
New Jersey, will that be seized as part of the Trump org package? And then we could do one on Mar-a-Lago. And then I don't know if you guys care, but we've been on almost an hour.
All right, there's still time for people to subscribe to Cleo the Seer's channel.
There is.
You know, I get a feeling that it's a little bit up in the air, but it's leaning towards seizure of all his properties. But it's, the attorneys are going to just be jumping through hoops to try to say that one should not be connected to the other, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, he has used all the properties to gain loans and, all these finances. Yeah. So, by using that, he has put himself in jeopardy of having all his properties seized. Do I think all of them are going to be seized? Probably not. But I would say the majority is, especially the ones in New York. Like I said, I see the yellow tape going around the Trump Tower, and
I do for sure on that one. That's for sure. But when I read on it, I got the Queen of Swords and a decision, or trying to figure out what they're going to do. But next to it, and next to it, the Emperor. So I'm feeling like there's the nostalgia, and to me, it's like the cray nostalgia of the Trump era. This is his mind, but fast approaching. This is, they're going to try and put a bunch of things in front of the court to try and distract them, but it's not going to work. Here's the, here is the heartache of what's going to happen. And, there's a new journey beginning.
Oh, kitty. Oh.
And there's the Chariot. And it could be his health. The heart could be the health thing that may befall. And here's the Chariot and the, King of Swords. So there's something that's going to happen but it looks like they could definitely go for it.
Yeah.
See, the problem is that they have all the evidence in black and white. It's
Yeah.
already there. So,
Yes.
you know, you're right. I mean, the attorneys are going to do everything they can to try to either slow down the process or push it out,
Yeah.
or make, you know, frivolous claims against the court that they shouldn't be doing this. But in the end, no, they still will not be able to overcome the actual evidence. And that's really all that matters.
And the only thing he has going for him, the orange one, is to win the presidency, to stop everything, to put everything, you know, on the back burner, period, for, you know.
That's
Because
right.
otherwise,
He would
you're
just declare
absolutely
that
right.
he was a
If it
dictator.
all goes to court according to plan, he's, you know, it's
He's
over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
Well, his
Yeah.
biggest mistake is he put all his eggs in one basket.
Correct. Oh God, yes.
And now we got people who are digging hard, and they're going to find even more stuff.
Oh yeah.
Scotland is talking about taking that course back from him there in Scotland.
I've heard
When
that.
it's all over and done with, it's going to birth some real surprises are going to
Yeah.
come along with what we discover and
True.
what they do with it.
Good. Gerald, we've been talking over you for the last 20 minutes. Go ahead.
No, I've been thinking about this, and I've been reading about it. And the first time I asked is the golf course going to be seized? It was more no than yes, but it was with the judgment card.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second time I did it, it's more yes than no with the King of Pentacles. So the indication of me is there are so many pieces and parts of this.
Mm-hmm.
Is it actually going to be seized, or something is going to happen with it? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What is it that's going to happen is going to depend upon what things line up and how much time people have had to, you know, construct a story around it.
Right.
How quickly that story can be blown out of the water,
Mm-hmm.
which is, it's going to be pretty quick, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, because, I mean, you know, again, I have the Four of Pentacles with the Sun. They're holding on to it. They're holding on to it. But trust me, when the light gets shined on it, the truth is going to show up. And people are working really, really hard to make sure that the best thing happens.
Yes.
So
Great. Okay. So my cards basically agreed with what you guys said, but here's what I'm getting from this whole thing. Ngoran knows that it's a slam dunk. He did the dirty deed. All the Trump org stuff should just be seized, taken over, just to begin to pay back what the accountants are going to come up with. Because her number, Letitia James' beginning bottom number, was the 250 million.
Yeah.
It's going to be way more than that.
Oh yeah.
So I think in the final analysis, it's not going to matter if these properties are a part of Trump org or not, because his debt is going to be so high that he has to liquidate assets in one way or another to satisfy that debt to the court. That's how I think they're going to get absolutely everything, down to the last toothpick.
I think you're right about that.
I do too.
And that's where Mar-a-Lago going one way or the other, them yanking it, or it's
well
because
said.
they know this guy lives on, you know, Mickey D's and KFC. He's not long for this world, and if they have to fight the kids, then it goes into a probate court, and that could take 10 years.
Yeah.
They don't want to do that. They want to get it all wrapped up nice and neat in a bow before he kicks.
Yeah.
Honestly. I
agree.
Like that.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
really bad for him.
Sure.
Really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so did we get all of these things done? Oh, you know, Plucky Heroine had this. This is going back to the that Congress. Is there any chance that Hakeem Jeffries could become Speaker? Well, we know he has the votes, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier, and that was the question I was referring to about Jeffries. You know, one side of me says that would be the perfect solution. But you know, everybody's saying no, that wouldn't happen because the Republicans want to keep a Republican as a speaker, and you know, if it did happen, you would see the whole political atmosphere would totally change for the better. But you know, no Republican wants that at this point. They just
No.
want to make it as big a mess as possible.
Or do they? They want a Congress that works. Let's read on it. Everybody pull a few cards. I got my ideas.
Republican people want a Congress that works. Republican legislators, that could be questionable.
Yeah, they want to fight about it.
Yeah, I got, yeah.
I don't think they still do. I think they're starting to want it. Go ahead, Val.
Well, I got, you know, there's poop in the way. and the GOP is like a naked man sitting there, you know, exposed. They feel like they need to have some nurturing, but they don't know how to pull it all together. Here, and a spatula comes along, scooping them to put them in the bed that they made. They can lie in it. Here's a key coming along eventually. They're going to find their compass, but they're still, it's going to take a lot of guts. I have the guts, but there's still, you know, too many of them in the cave. They don't want to come out and be identified as being against the way the GOP is running now. Mm-hmm. So I feel like this is an indicator saying that things are still going to be bad for a while, and that Hakeem it's not time for him. There's still plenty of GOP holdouts and people that don't, even though they dissent underneath, they don't want it known yet. So, I mean, I think the tide is turning, yes, but they still are, they don't know which way the shoe is going to drop, so they don't want to be outed for being against all the stuff the GOP is doing. If that makes sense.
Hey, Val, people are commenting, are you supposed to be doing a Zoom meeting?
At 6 o'clock.
Okay. So it's later.
That would be
in my time, it's 5:09 here. So okay. It's 5:09 my time, and at 6 o'clock my time in Pacific time, I have a Zoom.
I just saw some people.
Yes, everybody. If you read the members notification, 6 o'clock, I had to change it to do this show.
Oh,
sorry.
No. I hadn't completely scheduled it yet. So when I did, I just scheduled it for 6 o'clock. So yeah.
My answer to this is it's more no than yes, because there are so many other things that are going on. It's just, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. I mean, does he have a chance as a speaker? If he does, it's going to be a slow and steady thing.
Yeah,
they're just going to be hacking away at who, you know, they're going to be going down the list. They're not going to elevate him and say, we're going to do this now. There's going to be more of what's been happening.
Right.
And it's going to, I mean, I got the Ace of Wands. It's in a labyrinth. Mm-hmm. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to control everything. And so anyhow.
Yeah, you know, and once the Democrats get control of the House, Jeffries definitely will be the speaker.
Oh yeah, totally. I agree with you, Cleo.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I want him to go ahead and get in, he's the most qualified. I pulled the Queen of Swords, but if you look at this particular card, it shows her sitting on a skeleton, her seat, with the pumpkins under her feet as she's crushing them.
Is that Mitch McConnell?
It kind of looks like it, doesn't it? And I see this is how the GOP sees themselves. They've got the power. They're stomping down on the Democrats, trying to hold them in place while they're trying to back them into a corner in that chair. But the Democrats are being kind of cool about this.
Mm-hmm.
They're just kind of sitting back and resting. Then I pull the Four of Swords. They're not sweating this. They're not rushing it. They're like, you got this mess, you clean it up. We're gonna hang back here with a qualified one. When you're tired of your nonsense, come and talk.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they've been through this circus so many times before. So
Yeah.
the Democrats are kicking back, eating popcorn, drinking pop, and waiting for the.
Yeah, they're like, hold my
Yeah.
beer. Let's see how long it's gonna take. Because
Yeah.
they end up with the sun. The Democrats do.
Yeah, they do.
Because the longer that this happens, the more obvious it becomes to just the general public that the people that are in Congress right now on the Republican side don't know how to govern, and they don't know what the hell they're doing, and they don't know what the rules are, and they don't know what the laws are, and so
Yeah.
they want to make it up as they go along. And it's like, you can't do that. You
Right.
know, we have a constitution that we have to follow, and you need to read it and understand it in order to do your job and do it correctly.
Yeah. All right. So I just pulled 3 cards, and I got Justice, the Fool upside down, which I usually don't have reversed cards, and the 8 of Wands. So here's Justice. That's the chick that just took over Dianne Feinstein's seat.
Yeah.
That's her. I got the Fool's Journey upside down. So I'm going to say for that, and then I got the 8 of Wands. So 8 of Wands indicates speed, but to me, having the Fool's Journey upside down means not yet. It's not happening yet. However, this is what for over a year, I have been saying sometime before the end of this term, enough Republicans are going to lose their seats for one reason or another, that the seats will be filled by special election or appointment, and it will give the Democrats the majority. It's really so razor thin. I mean, it could be 3 people, and that would change the majority.
Yeah.
I stand by that. I still think that's going to happen, and I think Hakeem Jeffries is a part of that. Now, I do think that he has a good chance of becoming speaker. If not this round, if not this go round, then this speaker that goes in is not going to be in long. And when he goes, then Hakeem will get it, even though the Republicans are technically in the majority. Unless they get the speaker, he has to go down. And by that time, a couple of the Congress people have been sent off to prison or something and had to have their seats replaced, and they'll be replaced by Democrats. That could happen too.
Yes.
I really believe that the shift in power is going to happen before the election.
Yeah.
And I think that that's going to give us the edge. And I think that's when Hakeem, obviously he would be speaker if we were in power. But I think even before we actually get the seats, I think he has a good chance of being in there. I'm hedging my bets because the energy is just so knife edge, right? It's just so like, gosh, I just don't know what's going to happen. I was really surprised to hear that McHenry turned it down. I thought for sure little Bonaparte would just jump at the chance to have some power. I mean, he likes those big gavels, So,
but the whole thing is I feel the same way about Jeffries that you're talking about. On the other hand, it's never ever happened. So
doesn't mean it won't happen this time, but
yeah, well, okay.
When McCarthy had that long ass drawn out vote in the beginning of the year, that had never happened either. And have it happen 2 times in the same calendar year in Congress.
True.
That's utterly ridiculous. So we're living in the age of this has never happened before,
Yeah.
right? It just
Yeah.
has. I mean, look at the people that we have sitting now on the Supreme Court.
We've never had a majority of one party sitting in Congress who were either present at or had a hand in trying to overthrow the country.
That's true. But look at how many women are on the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
That's never happened before. And it's happened within a fairly short period of our history.
One of the best answers I ever heard Ruth Bader Ginsburg give was someone asked her, when will it be enough women on the court? And she said, when it's all women.
Yes, that's right.
And the response to the person asking her was like this dumbfounded. She said, you didn't have a problem when it was all men. Why would you have a problem when it's all women?
Yeah. What's the deal?
You know?
So I have one last thing that I would love to read on. And it's something that my sister and I did a show on right after all the stuff came out about the indictments on the documents case. And we had come to the conclusion that trial, that case actually would never come to be, at least not under Judge Cannon, that there would never be an actual trial. And I'm beginning to see the bones of that theory forming. I'm beginning to see that, yep, that's she is not going to do that trial. Maybe somebody else will. She is not.
I don't think so either.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we don't need to read on it.
I mean, I just don't see her. At some point, she's either going to have to recuse herself by some underlying threat that somebody's saying either you step down or there's something that's going to be happening.
So maybe what we should read on is, when will she be off the case?
Ooh. When?
How long will it take? I know nobody can do dates very well, but we could think about, are we talking 1, 2, 6, 12 months, whatever, how long before? And then that'll be our last question.
Okay. Well, I keep getting 5. I got 3 5s. So
Wow.
5, she's out in the cold. 5, the bully thing happening. 7 of swords, and 5, grief, having to leave. So 5 weeks, 5 months. I don't know what the 5 is.
Well, how about May 5th of 2024?
Yes.
5/5, because the 20th of May is the supposed trial date for that for the documents.
I think you have something
20th.
there.
I pulled a 5 as well, the 5 of Cups.
Oh my God!
Oh, I'm getting the chills on the 5s.
Me too. Oh my God!
I'm getting the chills.
I didn't get 5s. Okay. But I trust you guys. Go ahead, Gerald.
I got 7.
Okay.
And but there are a lot of people involved.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
I got a 7 too, Gerald.
Okay.
3 5s and a 7. Go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
because
I got justice as well.
yeah, there are a lot of people who are manipulating and doing all sorts of things.
Well, guess how many months away May is?
7.
I got a 7 too, I think. No, I didn't get a 7 either.
What did you get, Colleen? You're teasing us.
I got the 6 of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Page of Wands.
Now I got a 4 and 2 of Swords, so
I don't know what it means. I'm too excited about what you guys said. I don't know what my cards mean. I don't care.
Mike really tells the story. She's going to get bullied. She's going to get bullied out of there. Well,
yeah.
she's out in the cold. She's bullied out of there, like thief in the night. Here's her grief card. Boom, done. End of subject.
But given the state of our world right now and what just happened in Israel, could that have somehow been connected to secrets that were let fly by our Orange Führer? I mean,
Yes.
it very easily could have been.
A lot of this can be connected.
Yeah, and I think that's why I feel that case, even though it's just like simmering and never coming to a boil, I really feel like it is the most important case. I feel the other cases are important to pull Trump and all of those people into incarceration of some kind.
Correct.
But I feel like for our country's safety, the documents case is the most important one.
I agree with you too about that.
Yeah.
It may never end up where anyone goes to jail over it. I mean, Trump, the orange one. But at the end of the day, it is about our security, our national security, our secrets, and our safety here.
Yes, our safety. And
how many
they're trying to build a skiff in Florida near the courthouse for these documents. And for some reason they're having problems with it. I'm hoping that the problems with that and the problems with Cannon and the trial date, I'm hoping that will all kind of coalesce so that Jack Smith can say, well, just have it up in DC for God's sake. That's where
we got the skiff.
We have skiffs, we have judges, and then who would be that judge? Well, maybe Judge Chucker. I don't know. Maybe isn't she in Washington? Yeah,
and I see her not only have I always seen her being taken off this case, but I've seen her being taken off the court.
Yeah,
it's like whatever it is that she ends up doing in her final moves is going to be so blatantly obvious that not only does she get kicked from the trial, but they're going to take her judgeship from her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that Beth Aspasia Rising said. It's like she didn't even know her law.
No, that Garcia hearing was a joke. That was just a joke. Her behavior there, that was just ridiculous. And maybe they're going to act on that. I don't know. We don't know.
And when you're talking about secrets, how many of our allies across the world are now withholding secrets from us as a country
because they can't.
Now they have that seed of doubt in the back of their mind. Okay,
we're not
Biden's going to keep that secret, but who comes in next? Are they going to keep the secret? So it's really messed things up internationally for our country.
Well, and this is why Biden is working so hard, because he knows that. That's why he had to put NATO back together and go visit all these people, because he knows it was just, I'm going to say it, a shit show.
Yeah.
It just was.
For sure.
And his 30 plus years on the foreign committee, he has contacts, knows people, and understands all of these different cultures in a way that so many of the current Congress today doesn't have a freaking clue about.
No, and that's what he did so well for Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Because Barack Obama was really, he was a great activist and organizer, but he did not have foreign affairs chops, and Biden really did.
Oh, yeah.
Biden had it in
We
Spain.
relied heavily on Biden to fill that hole.
Yep.
And teach him all he could,
And Hillary, wasn't she his secretary of whatever it is?
Secretary of State.
Yeah. So he relied on her too. She also has quite the chops in that.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's been in politics 50 plus years. I mean, not only was her husband governor, but he was president, and she had her hands right there and everything all the way along.
She's an attorney. So, I mean, these people are she's highly educated in the law. So,
yeah.
And she was an attorney that really went for like children's rights and stuff,
Yeah.
but not just in the United States. She went all over the world looking at that
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Cleo, wake up. Cleo.
Very, very shades of George Clooney's wife, Amal Clooney,
Yes.
who, you know, is this fantastic lawyer, from what I understand, who takes these
Yeah.
kind of cases against children or people that are really done wrong around the world, and you know, works magic and gets the right people prosecuted and
Right.
the
Yeah.
victims vindicated. So
Hopefully the Congress will be able to get their act together to send what that package that Biden wants to pass with all the monies for Israel and Ukraine. And what was the other country? There was another country that he wanted to put the money on.
is it Poland? Because Poland just ousted their far right government
I don't think it was
in
Poland.
their new elections.
Maybe it was. I don't know, but God bless him. I hope that goes through. And yeah, I just really do. I just think that's really good. And could we just take a moment for the people in the Middle East who are suffering from this horrible war? Just take a
Yeah,
moment
this
and
is
send them good thoughts. That's really good. And at the end of your thoughts, just add and send lots of money too, because I think that's so important.
yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, all of you, for indulging me and my, crackpot ideas about how to do cards on YouTube. I just think this is so fun. I've missed you guys so much. That's really just torture.
Oh,
Torture, but this has really, really been fun. And people in the chat, Gerald always has it right. You are the best chatters. And I think Rose Blue, you set up some amazing questions.
she's
Thank you
good.
for
She's
all
good
that-
at the
all
questions.
that stuff.
Yeah.
And,
Taiwan was the third country.
Taiwan.
Taiwan. Yes.
Gary and Beth. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So yeah, I look forward to the next time we get together. When is the next time we get together? Probably like in 2 weeks, right? We're doing something in November. Oh, not for a month.
The 17th. I have us down for.
Yeah, the 17th. I might hit you guys up for another show
Yeah.
before then. I'm kind of in withdrawal, so I need
Give
more.
a shout. But yeah, I got the 17th too as the next
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, the 17th is the next one. But
Yeah.
maybe, I don't know, you guys free on the 3rd? Let's do the 3rd too, if you can.
Okay.
You want to do that?
The 3rd of November?
Yeah.
Isn't that? Oh, okay. So I thought that was a civil PoliTarology.
Never got back to me. I'll
The
schedule
3rd of November is Tarot Stash's birthday.
Whoa!
Wow.
How do you know this, Shari?
It's in my book.
Wow.
Birthday.
And I remembered from last year, and I wrote it down in my book.
You crafty little Gemini.
Yeah.
You pulled a Gerald. That's something that I would do.
Wow.
Okay.
So we're gonna do a PoliTarology on that Friday.
On Friday, November 3rd. You heard it here first, folks.
Okay.
Don't miss it. Put it in your books.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yep.
Yep.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
All right.
All right, everybody.
All right.
Well, it was a pleasure, and thank you so much. And I'll see you all next time. And I'm going to sign off with my usual sign off. Hang on, I got to get ready for my stupid sign off. Okay, here we go. Here we go.